With us now is a very vibrant egg. I have Linda Springer with me, and I've known her for a few years now, and every time I see her, she just has so much vivaciousness, and she's so lovely, and she's brilliant. She actually is brilliant. Wait till you hear her story. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
Good, Donna. Great. Thank you.
So we've met a few times, and we keep running into each other spontaneously.
Yeah. Wherever I go lately, you're there, and vice versa.
So then we decided we would sit down and we would talk. We were going to talk anyway, but then actually you won the opportunity to be on the show.
Yes. You had a raffle. And you raffled off time to come for an interview. And I was the very lucky one to win it. As a matter of fact, you and I had been kind of joking about it because there had been so many people that had put their tickets in for it. And we were pretending and taking selfies that I had won. Donna goes up to the stage and she picks the ticket out. And it turns out to be me. And you should have seen your face.
I couldn't have been happier. We manifested the opportunity.
Yes.
And I know you're a big believer in that. You have co-authored 3 books, all about not financial stuff, which is what your day job is, but about the wetlands, the woodlands. Talk to me about your passion for that.
Yes, prior to being an entrepreneur and doing that, I had worked at a museum, being a naturalist, and I did some museum work. I did displays, and my crowning achievement was co-authoring the 3 field guides that I did on Long Island's woodlands, wetlands, and seashores. The opportunity to get out in the field and see what Long Island has, it's just fabulous. And
now, speaking of seashores, one of the little items here that I did some research on is that you have one of the largest private collections of seashells in the country.
Yes, I do.
I want to find out about how that started for you. What was your first shell? Where did you find that?
Well, I was about 8 years old.
Okay.
And I went to Sunken Meadow. And I had found something that I had never seen before. My dad and I went to figure it out what it was, and it was something that was unique to find on Long Island, and it hooked me.
Okay.
From there, then we'd go out east in I think it was Southampton. There was a little shells shop, and I would go and buy little shells, and one thing led to the other, and then ended up really getting involved with it and going and trading with people all over the world. And
shell trading.
Yeah.
That's interesting because that used to be an old form of commerce, correct?
Yes,
people
absolutely.
actually were trading, like whether it was arrowheads or seashells. Are there other things that people used to use for commerce? Yeah,
well, the big thing was wampum that they used, which was really a piece of the clamshell, the purple part of it, where it's almost like finding sea glass, where they find the broken pieces of it, and that would be a means of trade, just as gold is for us now.
How have you documented and archived your seashell collection? Do you have like index cards on each thing, or how do you? Is that what you use?
Yes,
I'm just curious. Okay.
I have a couple of 100,000 shells.
Beautiful.
And it's a scientific collection.
Okay.
So what I do is I have it taxonomically arranged, and each species has a card, and sometimes I have more than one different specimen of it.
You'd appreciate this story, and it just came to mind right now, so I'm just going to let it go. Years ago, I went to Jamaica, and I found this beautiful seashell. I decided to take it back to my hotel room, and I decided I should clean it before I take it home. That was the wrong thing to do. Linda, I tried to put like scope, Listerine, let it soak.
Yeah.
Okay. I walked in, I go on this excursion, I come back in the hotel room, I open the door, and this stench, it was horrendous. It was the worst smell ever, and I had to go to the front desk and say, yeah, I was 22, I can't even I should have known better, but that's not how you protect and collect a shell, is it?
No.
You don't do the Listerine scope trick on it?
No.
Okay.
And for me, I believe in the environment, so I don't like to, if I can help it, take anything that even smells at all. I go for the things that I can find on the beach.
Okay.
And there was a time, though, I had one, I didn't realize that it still had components that would smell in it. And I mailed it to myself myself because it was a Welkin. It was really big, and I didn't want it to get damaged or anything. So all of a sudden I get a note from the post office to come and get my thing.
Package?
And when I get to the post office, they go to me. They go, the woman who with the fish is here, and because that's what they
thought it was a fish.
It reeked.
That you mailed yourself a fish.
And it reeked by that time.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was
I'd
cool.
like to touch upon your organic gardening.
Yes.
Okay, so you do love the environment.
I do.
Collect shells, but you also study the wetlands and the woodlands. And how did that lend itself to preparing your own food? And you brought me rosemary. Was that from your garden?
Yes.
This big, gorgeous,
Yes.
full rosemary plant.
Yes.
It's so spectacular.
Oh, thank you for
How did that
remembering.
start for you, organic gardening?
Well, it started. My son wasn't healthy, and we'd get organic food from, especially fruits and vegetables, from the supermarket, and they weren't true to being organic, in that he would have a bad reaction to it. So I ended up going and learning how to do that myself. I had the naturalist background, and I am grounded to the earth, so as you can tell, right, Donna? And so I learned, and now I still do it. I also found that I love it. It's a great hobby. It's very therapeutic and relaxing.
Your knowledge has led you on this wonderful journey where you've actually auditioned for Jeopardy. How many times now?
I've auditioned 9 times, and I've qualified 7.
7 times you've qualified to go on Jeopardy.
Yes.
I think the next time that you qualify, I think they're going to pick you. I think you're ready to roll. What do you think?
I hope so.
What is the most unique piece of knowledge that you have that you think somebody wouldn't normally know? Do you have a little trivia or a little fact that you'd say, wow, I know that. I know the answer to that.
Well, besides the shows, one of my big hobbies is old movies.
Okay.
So movies of the 30s, some of the character actors I know really well, and sometimes it's popular for them to use movie categories. So that and Broadway musicals, I find that.
So like, what was Mickey Rooney's first film?
Right.
You might know the answer?
I might. I don't know if I remember
what
that
is?
one.
I didn't even mean to stumble on that, but you know. So those would be a category that you would do well.
That would be a couple besides the science and the natural ones.
Great.
Yes.
Hold on one second. Alex, if you're watching this show right now, this is Donna Drake, you definitely want to have Linda on. How great is she? She'd be so much fun. Okay, I'm just calling it out to you right there. All right, so Jeopardy, though, is one of those shows that has been known forever and ever. Harry Friedman, I mean, great things have happened. We thank you so much for being our guest, and we wish you all the best. So you've got you're co-author of many different books. You've been a Jeopardy qualifier. You talked about your son's environmental illness, and he's had a wonderful transformation just by eating organically in the beginning, right? And his spiritual journey that you
finding, finding the health for him.
And you have the largest seashell. What's your favorite shell? And then we'll wrap up.
I like a shell called the Wentel trap. It's a precious Wentel trap. And do you want the scientific name?
Yes, please.
Epitonium scalaire.
Okay,
and,
what is an epitonium scalaire?
And it's just marvelous because it's very textured and it has a lot of resolution, revolutions inspire, and it's breathtaking. It looks like a Japanese piece of art.
Do you believe humans came from shells? Do you
No.
think we ever lived from the sea? No?
But I do think we came from the sea.
We do.
Yeah,
okay, well, thank you very
definitely.
much for joining us. We look forward to having you on again, and I'd love next time to have a few of your shells. It would be lovely
I
to
would
see
love
them.
to do
a little
that.
show and tell.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you, Donna.
Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. We've been visiting with Linda Springer. Isn't she cool? She's so cool. Thanks for watching.